quite a tricky passage this morning. Mark 7, verse 7. And he said to them, "You have a fine way of setting aside the commands of God in order to observe your traditions. For Moses said, 'Honour your father and mother,' and anyone who curses his father or mother must be put to death. But you say that if a man says to his father or mother, 'Whatever help you might otherwise have received from me is Corban,' that is a gift devoted to God, then you no longer let him do anything for his father or mother. Thus you nullify the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down. And you do many things like that." Well, it's part of the Bible here, Mark 7, the next few verses, where Jesus is giving a distinction between tradition and reality. Religion, false religion, and true religion, true heart religion, a relationship with God, a reality. The Pharisees, the mere religious people, had just external things. And so Jesus goes to the heart and gives an example. Honour your father and mother, handed down from God, the most basic of human relationships, our honouring of our parents. And it doesn't just end when we leave the family home. We honour our parents as long as they are alive. And that can be a great burden, certainly to the religious person. They have other things to do, things to spend their time on, things to give their thoughts to. They're serving God, surely. They have things to do around the temple and in the synagogue, and their parents are a burden. So the religious Jew at the time had a way of setting aside, honour your father and mother, while seemingly still keeping it. If you pay a sum of money to the temple, if you devote something, maybe it's all your time or a portion of your money to the temple, then it's known as Corban, and you're released from the necessity of caring for your parents because you paid this sum of money to God's glory and his work. And so they set aside the law of God. They're no longer even allowed or expected to care for their parents, and their parents are left to fend for themselves. And Jesus says this is wrong. It reveals a bad heart. And if I have a good heart, a heart that's been set free, if I've been restored to God through the work of Jesus Christ, if Jesus died for my sin, then it will show itself in my human relationships. The most basic human relationship is my relationship with my parents. And I suppose this gets more real to me as I get older, and I think about my own children. I'm not standing on my soapbox here by any means, but our parents gave us physical life, and we need to honour them. We cannot just ignore them in old age. Maybe we think, well, we've paid a sum of money, we're paying for the care home, or they're living in my home, but I haven't got time for them. My friends, we need to do all that we can for our parents, the most basic of human relationships: children, parents, the family. It's often said of some religious people that they're saints in the church but devils in the home. No, a true religious person, one who has true religion, one who has reality. Religion really shows at home first and foremost. If the vertical relationship is right, then the horizontal relationships will be worked on very, very hard. Parents not exasperating their children, children honouring their parents, and that honouring continues throughout their lives. So if they're in a care home, we visit, we ring, we call, we do what we can when we can, as long as they have life. And if this relationship with our physical parents is wrong, and they're the ones who gave us physical life, what's our relationship like with our spiritual Father who gave us spiritual life? Do we just pay a sum of money, do some work in the church? Well, I'm active in the church, I'm a deacon, I'm a pastor, I'm an elder, I'm a member, I serve, I do Sunday school, I give my tithes. What does our spiritual Father want? My son, give me your heart. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind and strength. true religion shows itself in reality in our human relationships.